Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be doing an art haul video. This is all of the things that I either received for Christmas or bought for myself on Black Friday deals. And the things come in 4 different categories. The first category is obviously art supplies. The second category is books. The third category is going to be kind of craft kits. And then the last category is just additional items that are going to help me in this channel and making it easier for me to film and that sort of thing. So let's get right into it. So the first item that we're going to look at is this cute little portable watercolor palette that I got. This one has, it's the little palettes that you've seen a million times, little wooden palette, and it's got these, I guess they're ceramic wells for the paints, and then this ceramic bit here for a mixing palette. It does magnet together, so you can do that. And then it came with a clip, and it also came with this larger rose gold binder clip. It also came with, some portable paint brushes and a little holder for them. So these are the paint brushes before I've pulled them apart and made them into brushes. So they store like this. You just pull it apart and you end up with a nice brush, a nice length there. We've got 3 different size round brushes there, and it came with this nice pouch to put them in. It's got Velcro closure, and you just pop them in there. And then the last thing that the kit came with was this nice watercolor sketch pad. The next thing I got was from my husband. This is the Artesa's wood painting set. It comes with 19 tubes of acrylic paint. I was going to say acrylic watercolor. Acrylic paint. And a couple of paint brushes and some masking tape. So here's that. So really nice size tubes too. And then it came with 3 really nice wooden panels, about an inch or so thick, to paint on, and a couple of stencils, because the idea was it was this abstract painting kit. I probably am not going to use these for abstract art. I will likely just gesso these and use them just as nice wooden boards to paint on. Next, Sketchbox had a sale, a Black Friday sale, and I bought myself a couple of sketch boxes. This one came with this Graphics Aqua pad, 220 GSM. It came with a cute little palette, and it came with this Black India ink. It came with an orange ink. As always, it comes with a cool print. This is by Aaliyah Smith, and I will show you the name here and where you can find her on looks like Instagram. Ink line pens, so fine liners. So there we go. We've got, these are by King Art. We've got a medium, a 3mm, and a large. So we'll start with the 3mm because I think that's probably the smallest. Oh, they are a kind of a chisel nib, so it's kind of got the calligraphy point where it's an angled tip. The medium is more of a bullet nib. The large is a much larger bullet or brush nib. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of a stiff brush nib there. It also came with this nice Princeton flat brush. Looks like a 1/2 inch. I'll take the plastic off the tip. So, and then last, the reason that I bought this is this little guy, which I've seen before, and it just looked really cool, and I wanted to try one, and so I bought the box just for this mostly. And this is one of those offset pens. So you can see how it, like, it's going to draw offset to like where you would normally expect it. And I just wanted to try that out because it looked interesting. And it looks like it comes with maybe another tip here. I'm not sure. Ooh. That's cool. I don't know if you can see that little fine little needle on there. There's a tiny little, let me see if I can get something dark behind it. Here we go. Maybe you can see it that way. You can see that fine little needle tip there. So that will be interesting to play with and see what kind of ridiculously fine lines you can get with that. The second box starts off with a Princeton Select pointed filbert. So some Holbein acrylic wash, a couple of different colors here. We've got a purple, a green, and a, it says Jaune, Jaune, brilliant. So magenta, light green, and whatever that last one, Jaune, brilliant. And I've not tried acrylic wash, so that'll be interesting to just try out. I also got these set of King Art fine liner pens. There's I think 9 of them in there, and all different colors. No, there's even more. There's 12, and a bunch of different colors. They are 0.4 millimeter, and they say they are, oh yeah, they are triangular shaped. So the pens themselves are a triangle shape, which means that they will not roll off your table and get away from you. The artist in this one was Nicoli Shaver. Nicoli is goes by he, him, and it is 56 minor, and that is how you spell his name. And it also came with hot press watercolor paper, the Sketchbox exclusive by Rembrandt, and it is 300 GSM. So, and lastly, the reason that I bought this one was the Daniel Smith watercolor dots. So not a ton of them, but all of the watercolor that I have is kind of more student grade or even cheaper. So I thought it would be fun to try out some artist grade watercolor and see what I thought about that. And last but not least is the art supply that I don't have in my hot little hands yet. It was ordered and it came late, but I will get a picture of it and put it up on here. But it is this beautiful sketchbook that my mother-in-law and father-in-law got for me. It's a leather-bound sketchbook with a deckled edge, and it looks like it's going to be really nice and really fun to play with. Next up are books. This one in particular I found at Barnes & Noble in their little book annex for like 17 bucks. And because I wanted to get into doing more fantasy artwork this year, I decided to go ahead and buy me this that has all kinds of beautiful images of dragons inside, so that I can use this to kind of study how other people have drawn dragons in the past. And it was just beautiful illustrations inside, as you can see. So I'm going to definitely be using this as inspiration and reference. I am very excited about this. It's a beautiful book. It's going to be great for reference. So that's book number 1. The next book I also bought for myself, again at Barnes & Noble. This wasn't in the book annex, I believe, but it is Greek myths. I thought if I'm going to be doing more fantasy, it would be fun to read up on different mythology around the world, and the one that I'm kind of most familiar with is Greek myths, so I thought this would be a good place to start. So I'm going to look at this. It does have some illustrations inside, not things that are going to be necessarily references for me. The next one is Fantastic Ornament Series 2. As if you guys have watched the channel, you know that I really like this kind of ornamentation. This has got just a bunch of images of different ornamentation that you can find around, and I thought it would be really fun to just look through this and try doing some of these things, implementing some of these designs, maybe not quite so intricate in some of my artwork, because I do really love looking at them, and so I want to be able to do some of this in my artwork as well. This next one is rendering in pen and ink, and I put this on my list because I had seen other people recommend it, but I'm looking at it, and when I first started looking at it, it seemed very text heavy. So you can see a lot of text here. And so at first I was a little bit disappointed in it, but now that I'm flipping through it here, I do see there are quite a few illustrations in here. So I'm hoping that this will be good. I haven't actually started looking in here very closely at all, so I can't tell you anything about it other than I had heard somebody else recommend it, and so I'm going to be hopefully using this to help just learn how to render things in different ways. And last but not least, this book is abso-freaking-lutely gorgeous. This is Windows to the World, The Art of Devin L. Kurtz. Absolutely gorgeous book. The front cover is just the beginning. It's full of these beautiful full color illustrations that she has done. And the really cool part is it talks about how she did them. You can see here it's kind of showing step by step kind of thought process and what she added when and that sort of thing. And it's just beautiful. It is so fun to see into another artist's way of doing things, their process. So I am going to be devouring this book and just admiring the beautiful art in here. So I'm super excited about this one. So here's the craft kits. I have seen these super cute crochet kits where you can make amigurumi, and I've done crochet before. I did it as a child, like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, something like that. And I haven't really crocheted since, but I kind of know the basics. And so I asked for a couple of crochet kits. So I got this crochet kit for beginners. It has all the stuffing and a bunch of different yarns, and it has a little frog, a little penguin, and a little owl. So it's got designs for each of those, so it'll be fun to just play with that and make some of these. I also got this other crochet kit for beginners that has, it looks like a penguin, a mouse, and a little octopus, and they are also absolutely adorable. So it'll be a lot of fun to try these out and see if I like doing this. Next, I got this needle felting kit, and it is this cute little gnome. And as you guys have seen, I do like gnomes. I got this little guy the other day. So this one is absolutely adorable. It'll be fun to try this. And then lastly, I got this soapstone carving kit. This is an elephant. I was excited about this, and then I opened it up and I was a little bit less excited, but I think it'll still be fun. I guess I assumed that you would get just like a block of soapstone and it wouldn't already have a shape cut into it, but it does start with a shape cut into it, but it's very square. So there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in order to make this into a nice little elephant carving. So I still think it'll be a lot of fun, and at least by them carving it out into the starting of an elephant, it's a lot less work. So I actually do appreciate that now that I think about it, and it came with like all of the tools necessary. I think that's all of the craft kits. So let's move on to the last category, which is just random things that is going to make my life easier here in my art room and just as part of the channel. So the first thing that I got was this remote, which if you were paying close attention with the last video, you may have seen me clicking it. This is to let me start and stop my camera without having to reach forward and fiddle with it. So this is going to be really nice, and it's already been delightful to use because I can just start and stop whenever I want, and it's really nice. The next thing I got was this microphone. So I do voiceovers on a number of my videos, and in the past I have just been using the microphone that's on my Mac, and it works fine, but I think it'll be much nicer to have an actual real microphone that I can plug in. The next thing I got is again something that I'm going to show just a picture of because I'm using it right now, and that is I got myself a new tripod. Well, I received a new tripod, and this one is really nice because it will allow me, it has a boom arm on it, so you can put different attachments on it, but I've got a boom arm so that I can do top-down photography. So the last thing is this cute little mini fridge that I can have here in the art room. So I've got a bunch of tiny water bottles in here, and I can use it to store small cans of pop or whatever, so that I don't have to go all the way upstairs in order to get myself a nice cold drink. I can just keep them in here. I'm very happy about this. It's just kind of plugged in over here, and will keep all my drinks nice and cold and ready for me whenever I want them. So I think that's about all she wrote. That's all of the cool things that I got for Christmas and or bought myself for Black Friday sales. I will see you in 2 weeks, because remember, we're on our new upload schedule now. So anyway, I hope you guys had a happy new year, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.